Hi everyone! Today we announced a brand new studio called Disc2 Games. You may have even heard about us from our mates at Boxall, which we'll explain a little bit later in the video. I'm sure there are plenty of questions, and while we can't answer them all yet, we've decided to do a little AMA with the developers to help get you started. Who is Disc2 Games, and what is each of your roles?
Hi, I'm Nadia, and I am the producer for Disc2 Games.
I'm Johannes, the art directory artist, do a lot of art stuff.
I'm Chris, and I'm the programmer.
And I'm Mikey, and I'm a 3D artist on this project.
Why did you start a new studio, and what sets Disc2 apart from Boxall Games?
Yeah, I think that probably exactly is why we decided to start a second studio when we had the opportunity. Rather than sort of adding into Boxall Games, Chris and Johannes have their own identity and their own games that they want to make, which probably feel a bit different from the kinds of games that Boxall wants to make as well. So yeah, we wanted to create our own studio with its own identity, and I very much feel that Disc2's games will have their own unique identity from Boxall's as well.
Are Nadia and Mikey still working at Boxall Games?
It's a pretty neat situation to get to work with not just one awesome studio, but now two. So as a producer, my role allows me to spread over multiple studios, multiple projects, especially when they're in different phases as it goes. I'm just really privileged to be able to get to work with these amazing game developers.
Well, I guess I'm coming over from Boxall, and at the moment they're currently working on their own sort of explorations and prototypes, so they're not really into full-fledged development. And then we always find it kind of good when you've just got a smaller group coming up with those initial ideas and you're going backwards and forwards really quickly. And then the cool people over at Disc2 decided we could really use a little bit of help. And then because we got the bandwidth and the capability, I decided to just jump over and just help them out for a bit while they're trying to get their game up and running as well. And then I'll return back.
What is the story behind your name, Disc2 Games?
We went through a few names. We were trying to invoke nostalgia, I think, mostly. And for Disc2, it's just that feeling when you're playing, one of these old games that used to come on, 2 or 3 discs or whatever. You get to that point of the game and it's like, insert disc 2, and it just feels really exciting because you're stepping into something new, and yeah.
What kind of games does Disc2 want to make?
Probably like everyone, play a lot of games and a variety of games, from very casual, fully story-based games with no gameplay to turn-based things to action games. I think we all kind of like more stylized type games. Nothing too hard on the realism is probably the only thing you probably want to see from us.
What is a dream player reaction when they play a Disc2 game?
The only real reaction you kind of after is just whoa, that was cool.
I hope that they really enjoy our characters and maybe want to dig into the kind of backstory of our characters, especially in this first title that we're working on.
What is one word to describe the game you're currently making?
So one word that describes what we're making, is it? Stylish? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got one. Mine is fusion.
Whoa, that was cool. So I just cool.
You say it fast enough.
I don't know one word to encompass it.
Nadia found it a little bit tricky to find one word that summed up the game for her, at least not without revealing too much.
Let's go with revolution.
What games are your biggest inspirations?
Actually, the biggest inspirations maybe aren't the best hints, but old games that play as a kid and then still stick with you. Earthbound. And then I think just the whole PS1 in general, weird graphics. Yeah.
Kind of similar, actually. I was a big Sega fanboy growing up, so lots of the old Mega Drive games and stuff, but to name a few, I guess Shining Force and the old Sonic games, and probably still the most inspiring for me, but yeah, all the way up through, you know, we had a Sega Saturn and a Dreamcast as well, so all of those ones.
So I like super styly things, so things like, well, just like anime sort of styled games, or like those JRPGs and everything, they're always pretty kind of flashy and cool, and I really like that sort of vibe that they have.
Yeah, I think at least those kind of more JRPGs like Persona, where you've got really big depth of role playing as the action gameplay.
If you could remaster one retro game, what would it be?
If I could remaster a game, it would probably be something like, I don't know, Pokemon Gold. I'd be really keen on a proper remaster of one of those ones.
Yeah, I guess for me, again, maybe one of the Shining Force games, or maybe Panzer Dragoon Saga, since it didn't get the reception it needed.
Yeah, probably something more that vein, because I like the way old games look, so I don't exactly want remasters. But maybe something that didn't get the reception would make sense. So, I mean, remaster Mother 3, because that's never even got an English translation or release.
Let's go for a game that I could never figure out as a kid that I would hopefully be able to figure out now, which would be Mega Man.
Which upcoming games from another studio are you most excited for?
I'm really looking forward to the full release of Deltarune. Yeah, that game's kind of cool. I was a big fan of Undertale, and even just for the music, I just want the music.
For me, it's Dragon Quest XII. It's been in development for far, far too long. So hopefully within the next few years we get something.
Really interested in what Team Reptile do next. Also, Massive Monster have just announced their next title, or that they're working on a new title. Yeah, not announced, so hinted at. Yeah, we'll be really looking forward to see what they come out with next.
There are a couple games over in early access at the moment, like Hades and No Rest of the Wicked, that I've kind of already got, so I'm going to wait for that one to actually fully get done before I really sink my teeth into it.
What part of game dev is the most exciting for you right now?
I mean, I got into the game development side because of all the game designy stuff, and I love doing that stuff more than anything, so that's the thing that really excites me, just being able to get into work and then just talk about games and how we could make the game better, or how other games could make their things better anyway, even though we've got no control over that. That's the sort of stuff that I really enjoy.
UI, right?
Yeah, UI. Yeah, unfortunately I feel like on the art side, games get less fun as the game goes on. Because at the start, you can do anything. You're just sketching whatever you feel like. Things are creative, and towards the end, it's more like, get stuff done. You're running out of time. Well, you can pretend you have all the time in the world at the start of a project, even though you definitely don't. So, probably seeing things come together.
Yeah, sort of on top of that, we're at the stage where a lot of the things that, you know, sort of we've talked about for a year or more are kind of finally in and all linking up with each other. So kind of not just the core loop is in, but now the meta loop is in, and seeing just everything kind of work and feed into each other, and for players to be able to play that finally, that's really exciting.
I'll look forward to when it's done.
I love finishing the game, because then I can rest.
Yeah, in general, I think what's exciting in game development at the moment is just that as hardware's getting more and more extensive, it kind of just removes the barriers of what you can do, so you can kind of just imagine whatever you want and make it happen.
Where are the best places to hear news about the studio and the upcoming game?
Please like and subscribe.
Ring the bell.
We have a brand new website that's just launched, and people can sign up to our newsletter. We'll be keeping everyone posted as to all of the updates to the game, and things like when demos might be available to check out. We're also on pretty much most of the socials at Disc 2 Games. So you can follow us there.
What is the upcoming game about? Hey, wait, who put this in the script?
I guess the game is a
Technical difficulty, folks. Please look away just for a moment. We'll be ready to share news soon, but just not yet.